Spurs right now are shocking. So I'm giving myself 5 seasons to sort them out. So I've gone for a 4-3-3 gegenpress. I'm making sure Gray and Bergval play as much as possible. I'm gonna go through the first season, see how we do. So we managed to finish in second place, and the draws have done us really because we've got 13, and Arsenal didn't draw as many, and the last few games let us down as well. But second's solid considering where they are in real life. Then in the league, as you can see, we kept the most clean sheets, but we're not anywhere to be seen. Oh, that's the team stats. We're not anywhere to be seen on the goals list. So, and Colomani is quite far behind, only scoring 18. And assist-wise, again, we are nowhere to be seen. So that's something we need to look at for next season. But yeah, overall solid season. So in the cup competitions, FA Cup we reached the quarters. We won the Carabao Cup, which was good. We also won the Super Cup, but don't really cares. In the Champions League, we were knocked out in the round of 16 by Marseille. In the league phase, I believe we finished ninth, just below Marseille on goal difference. Then in the FA Cup, Newcastle won that one. Go to round three, really, yeah. So third round, we beat Norwich. Round after that, I believe it was Palace, from what I saw. Yeah, we beat Palace 1-0. In the fifth round, we beat Birmingham, and then that's when we got knocked out by Liverpool. In the Carabao Cup final, we beat Man United 4-1. And I believe in the semis, we knocked out Arsenal. So yeah, solid from us, really. Solid season. The goal scoring wise, Colomani scored 29 in all competitions, followed by Simmons with 21. And then it's a massive drop down to Bergval with 12. Assists, Kudus, Bergval lead the way with fullbacks not really getting enough. But yeah, not really what we want to see. But if you look at Bergval, he's looking very good. That's what we get for playing him every game. That's what I wanted to do. And then Archie Gray, where's he? We'll do that because he'll go to the top. Archie Gray, not looking too bad either. I think he needs another season of development. But yeah, in recruitment, we've got 142 million. So let's go build a squad that can win the league. So going into season 2, I've made a few signings with that big budget we've had. I've also sold a few players, but the first signing I made was Francolino, striker. Ignore his star rating because his stats are just brilliant. I think he'll score the goals that I need him to score, and I think he's a good replacement for Colomani, who was only on loan. He was about 50 odd million, but I think he'll be worth it in the end. And then I signed this lad as just a backup left back. His potential in all that, but I think he's a good player. I think his stats say it all, and I think he'll be a good addition to the team as just a squad player. And then I saw Trincao had his release clause, and I thought, 52 million, I've got to sign him. And so I did. And I just think he'll provide goals, assists, he'll do what I need him to do. I just think he's a good player to have. And then there's a couple more. I also signed a new goalkeeper in silverware, ball playing goalkeeper, so he fits the tactic, and I just think he's a good keeper. He's a great keeper, and I think he'll be a good addition to the squad. Only 26, so I'll have him for the rest of the save. And then we also signed Kislak, a midfielder, to compete with Archie Gray. But I think he's going to be a great addition, to be fair. He'll probably play every game, and he'll do bits. He is a good midfielder. Only for 6 million. I think it's a bargain. Or 7 million, sorry. And then I signed Kalulu, 55 million, a bit steep, but I had loads of money. And I just think he's a good squad player. He'll do what I need him to do. Left back, right back or centre back. Maybe even at left back. Good addition. And then I saw Frank Kessie was going for free, and I thought, he's another squad player that can just fit in when I need him to. And yeah, he's a good midfielder, proven midfielder as well. And then we sold Danzo because he was unhappy. Kulisevsky for 100 million. I thought I can't say no to that. And Solomon and Odobert because of the new signings. So yeah, I think we're in a good place for this season. So for this season, I'm keeping the same tactic. I've just swapped a couple of roles about, and I want to make sure Mikey Moore and Pedro Porro play as much as possible. Because when I do the best 11, it kicks Porro out, and I think Simmons will be better in midfield. So I want Mikey Moore to go on that left wing. But apart from that, the tactic was good, because obviously we finished second. And I think I've got the team that can win a few more trophies or even win the league. I think I've built quite a good team for a second season here. So yeah, let's see what we can do. So as you can see from our fixtures, we've won every game apart from that 6-1 loss to Arsenal. I might have to have a little look at the tactic because that is worrying, especially with Champions League and whatnot. Yeah, 6-1 to your biggest rivals. Um, yeah, Mikey Moore and Francolino have been doing good. So has Trincao. But yeah, that loss to Arsenal is a bit disappointing. So got to sort that one out. Maybe just tweak a few roles. Maybe we're a bit too attacking. I don't know, but yeah, let's see how we do in the second season. Well, this isn't what I expected in January. Yeah, we're miles off it. Don't know what to do, but we'll try figure something out. Let's get to the end of the season and see what we can do. Schindler have gone and had a horrific season, finishing in 10th. No Europe next season, and yeah, it's been a tough one, really. I don't know where it went wrong, but it's always next season. So in the cup competitions, as you can see, we won the Carabao Cup again, and then we was runner-up in the FA Cup and got knocked out in the Champions League by Liverpool. If you look at the league phase, um, we finished in 15th. We were shocking, really. Just been a shocking season all round. I don't really know where it went wrong. And then in the FA Cup, we lost in the final to Chelsea, I believe. Yeah, Chelsea on penalties as well. And we got there by beating teams like Hull, Sheffield Wednesday, Peterborough, Man City, Burnley, and then Chelsea beat us in the final. But yeah, it's been a bad season. Been a bad season. So squad wise, the goals have been scored by Francolino, which I wanted him to do, Trincao and Simmons. So to be fair, Francolino's come in, done exactly what I wanted him to do, and yeah, he's good. He's good. Same with Trincao, and then Simmons, not Simmons, I meant to press on Bergval. He's still developing. I don't know if I'll be able to keep hold of him, but I'd like to. And then, yeah, so midway through the season, I stopped playing Mikey Moore because of the results and what was happening. But yeah, assist-wise, Trincao, Simmons, Bergval, and Franklino with 10. Fullbacks still aren't getting enough, but I need to find a tactic next season that we can really press on with. But yeah, he's developed quite well, considering we had a bad season. But yeah, just one of them really. It's been a tough season, so let's see what we can do in the next. Budget-wise, we've got 66.57 million, and I think there'll be a lot more than that. I think I'm going to be selling quite a few players due to unhappiness and only being in the Conference League. I said no Europe, but we are in the Conference League because we won the Carabao Cup. So after that shocking season, let's get back to the drawing board. Transfer-wise, we've brought in Slotterbeck. I thought, because I'm using inside full-back now, Van de Ven can go there and he can go centre-back. And he is solid. He's been brilliant so far with that average rating, and yeah, I'm pleased to have him. They also signed Coyote to play at right back. because I needed someone to get assists, and he's got 5 so far in 7 games, which is good. I'm glad to see it. So finally, someone can bomb up and down the right wing for us to get assists. And then the big one, Buadi, one of the best wonder kids on the game. What can I say? I just saw him come up and I had to do it. And he will be with me for the rest of the save for the next 3 seasons, basically. And then I just signed Norton Cuffy as a backup right back, can play a bit of everywhere. Thought he'd be a good squad player, and he's homegrown. And as you can see, there's a few more on the next page, but I have sold Xavi Simons for 106 million. I sold Bentincourt and Bissouma as well. And who else did I sell? Oh yeah, I sold Pedro Porro, Dragusin, Jed Spence, and Kudus because they won't get in the team. And then signed Barcola as a replacement for Xavi Simons, and he's been brilliant so far. 3 goals, 1 assist, 7 games, just settling in. And then I also signed Sancho on a free to fit a homegrown quota. So he won't play at all, really, but it's good to have, I suppose. But yeah, that's all my signings. So I've changed tactics to a 4-2-3-1, and I used it on one of my other saves, and it worked quite well. And my best 11 is this, but I'm going to lock Buadi into that role, because I think he needs to play every game through his development. But apart from that, I'm very happy with the squad. Fixture-wise, we've won every game apart from the Partizan game, but it was already 4-1 up, so it doesn't really matter. Players scoring include Francolino, Barcola, Ray. Francolino's on fire at the minute. Trincão's popping up. And yeah, just everyone in the team's getting involved, really, and I'm happy to see it. So we're going to go simulate the 3rd season. Can we do better than the last? So that is more like it. 3rd place. Not too far behind Man City and Liverpool, but what I will say is I don't think we've scored enough. Really good defensively, but I think we need a few more goals. We'll have to have a look at that next season. But yeah, very happy with that season. Now let's see how we've done in the competitions. So competitions-wise, we got knocked out in the semi-final by Manchester United in the FA Cup. Knocked out the Carabao Cup quarter-final by Man City. But in the Conference League, we beat Valencia in the final on penalties. So to get there, we beat Istanbul Başakşehir in the semis. In the quarters, we beat Aberdeen. In the round of 16, we beat Tel Aviv. I'm not even going to try and say the first bit of the team, but we beat them. Did we get in? No, we went through in the league phase. Finished top, obviously. Yeah, very good in that. And then in the FA Cup, before we got knocked out, we beat, I believe this one was Birmingham on penalties. And then Arsenal away. And then we beat Middlesbrough 5-1. In the quarter-final, we beat Fulham. In Carabao Cup, we've won it that many times, I'm not even going to look through. So the squad, goals-wise, Francolino with 41, brilliant. And then Bergvall with 17, which is good. He's had a good season at Cam. And then Trincão and Barcola are basically the same. Assist-wise, that's a lot better, more all spread out. Sancho, to be fair, off the bench quite a bit, doing quite well for assists. Trincão, 14, and then Barcola, 13 as well. And if we have a look at Buadi, he's developed quite well. I'm sure next season he'll be doing the same again. But yeah, we've had a solid season. Now let's go on to the next. Budget-wise, we've got £98 million to spend. I'll be looking to strengthen the squad. People leave. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So it's been a quiet summer transfer window. We've only made 2 signings and sold 1 player. But the first signing was Van Heck from Brighton. I thought it'd be good squad depth for us to play at the back. I'm quite happy with him, to be fair. Good tackling, good marking. Just a solid centre back. I think that's because Brighton aren't very good at late save, so managed to get him for how much? 59 million. So yeah, not bad signing. And then we sold Vicario because we've got a better goalkeeper. And we signed Nikola Zalewski just as a backup, can play everywhere, will do a job. But yeah, I couldn't really find anyone to sign, so that's what I went for. So yeah, I've gone for the same tactic, and if you look at the best 11, it speaks for itself really. Buwadi finally gets in, and that's just the team I want to play. So yeah, now we'll have a look at our first few fixtures of the season. So as you can see, we've lost a couple, lost one, drawn two, and won two. Not really the best start to the season. I accidentally had a team selected for the first game there that played a friendly, so a bunch of players I didn't want playing played. And then the games after that, 1-1 draw against Fulham with a last-minute equaliser. Beat Bristol City, beat Blackburn, and drew to Arsenal. But hopefully we can get back on it, get win some more games. Let's simulate season 4. So it's another disappointing season where we finish in 6th, just behind Arsenal. I don't really know what went wrong. I think we need some more strength in depth really because our squad depth isn't the best. But we had a good end to the season, but it's just been an inconsistent season really. So last season we didn't have Champions League football, and yeah, basically we just need to go for the league because I want to win the league before the rebuild ends. But you know, it's a learning curve for me. It's my first ever rebuild. Let's just see how the squad did. I said we'll see how the squad did, but I meant competitions wise. In the other competitions, we knocked out in the quarters by Everton in the FA Cup, knocked out in the round of 16 by Madrid in the Champions League, and we won the Carabao Cup again in the Champions League against Madrid. Um, it was on penalties. We won the first leg 1-0 at home, and then we went away, lost 1-0. Madrid won on penalties, and then FA Cup we lost to Everton, I believe, and then they actually went and won it. But in the first round we beat Watford. Fourth round we beat Fleetwood. Fifth round we beat Swansea. And then got knocked out by Everton 2-0. And obviously they went and won it. In the Carabao Cup we beat Everton in the final 3-1. And in the semi-finals we won 4-3 on aggregate against Newcastle. No one really cares about the other ones because it's the Carabao Cup. Now let's go have a look at the squad. So I think we've found our problem in the squad. Bergvall was the top goal scorer. Francolino only scored 15. It's not good enough from the attack. So that's something we need to look at for next season. Assist-wise, Barcola and Coyote, Drinkhour at the top. Buadi's had another good season. But yeah, it's just not the best goal scoring wise. I think I'll have to have a look at changing tactics for next season potentially. But yeah, let's go have a look at budgets. So budget wise, we've got £64 million to spend with a lower wage budget. But let's go make some signings for season 5. And I'll see you when we make them. So transfers this summer, I think I've made 2 great signings really. First one, Joao Neves from PSG. I thought I've got to bring some statement signings in to actually go try and win the league. And so far he's doing a very good job. I can't complain. Great stats all around. Play every game this season. But we probably won't get injured that much. Yeah, can't go wrong. And then Kvaratskhelia was so cheap that I thought I've got to do it. So I did. And he is just one of the best wingers in the world, isn't he? But yeah, he's not starting in the league yet because he has had an injury. But I'm sure once he hits the ground running, he will score his goals, get his assists, do what I need him to do. And then, apart from that, we sold Kalulu and Norton Guffey and Kingsley, so we brought in Joseph Martinez just as a backup goalkeeper, and that's all we've done really. So for this season, I've slightly changed the tactic to more of a tiki-taka approach with different roles that I hadn't really used. And it's a tactic I'm using on one of my other saves again, and I've done really well with it. Best 11 is best 11 is as you'd probably pick it yourself. Can't really complain with that. I'm just gonna. No, I'm not gonna tweak anything 'cause it's working. But yeah, it's playing Barcola up top. But you know what? If he wants to compete with Franklin, we can. So far we've won every game. Beat Man United 5-1. Barcola scoring 3. Francolino with 1 and Tell with 1. And then we beat Swansea 4-0. Francolino hat-trick. Bergval with a goal. And then we beat Fulham 5-1. Francolino, Bergval, Trincao and Barcola all involved. That's what you love to see. So yeah, let's simulate the season and see how we get on. So for the final season, we finished in 6th place again. But we had a higher points total and we was only 1 point behind top 5 again. But yeah, another one of them really. Should have been better, but wasn't better. But still learning. My first ever rebuild, so yeah. See how we did in the cup competitions. So it's another. We won the Carabao Cup again. It's like which is what we do now, and it's like our trophy now. And then we also won the Europa League. FA Cup was a bit disappointing, but we'll have a look at how we got to in the Europa League. So round 60 league phase, sorry, we finished top as we should. We didn't lose a game. So in round of 16, we beat Club Brugge 5-1, 5-2 on aggregate. Quarter final, Everton 6-3 on aggregate. In the semi-final, Feyenoord 10-3 on aggregate, and then in the final we beat Leverkusen, which you can see Kvaratskhelia doing mental. And in Carabao Cup final we beat Newcastle. So yeah, let's have a look at how the squad did. So that's more like it. Francolino is officially back, and the squad are just getting assists together. Really, if you look at the top 5, 4 assisters, they're all over 10. Obviously, Coyote didn't get as much this season. That one, his role, he was inverted wing back. But Bergval, a bit disappointing actually. Oh no, sorry, that's Jean Neves, but still quite disappointing from him. But yeah, good season for stats wise. So I just want to say thank you for watching this rebuild. It's different type of content for me. Let me know if you want to see more. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.